hidden within our lives lies an incredible power. It's a power we all used for growth in our childhood, but one that most of us have forgotten as adults. Even now, as adults, anyone can use it, but often we don't fully realize its value. This power is the power of questions. As we live, we face countless difficulties. Sometimes we lose our way and wander, and at times we feel stuck in the same place. But even in those moments, there is a powerful tool that can guide us in the right direction and positively transform our lives. That tool is the question. Questions are more than just simple curiosity. They have the power to change our thoughts and actions, and furthermore, to set a new direction for our lives. From now on, let's explore together how questions can change our lives and how we can best utilize them. In a repetitive daily routine, you might ask yourself, am I living my life properly? You may be living a stable life, but still feel something unfulfilled in your heart. You might get tired of the same daily tasks, repetitive meetings, and time passing meaninglessly. At this time, asking yourself questions is like a key to open a tightly closed door. Do I really like this job? What kind of work can ignite the passion within me? These questions can be an opportunity to awaken the emotions and desires of the real me that have been buried deep inside. From this point, you need to start constantly asking yourself questions. What is it that I truly want to do? When am I happiest in my work? Through these questions, you can have time to deeply explore yourself. You can look back on past experiences and honestly write down what you like and dislike, what you are good at and not good at. In that process, the dreams and passions you had forgotten may begin to resurface clearly. For example, you might decide to re-challenge a dream you had long forgotten. Giving up a stable job is a daunting task, but you realize that you can no longer ignore the voice within your heart. You can utilize your time after work to study related subjects or make efforts to learn necessary skills. The passion and direction found through questions become the driving force to keep moving forward without giving up. As time passes, you may experience achieving results in a new field or realizing your dreams. This can be a turning point that completely changes the direction of your life. If you hadn't asked yourself, do I really like this job? You might have continued to wander meaninglessly in a mundane routine. In life, who you are with is often more important than what you do. Relationships with people are very important in life. However, misunderstandings and conflicts can break precious relationships. When you experience difficulties in a relationship with a close friend, you may want to restore the relationship but feel lost on how to start. At this time, it is important to ask questions rather than being swept away by emotions. It's about asking questions directed at the other person, not yourself. Why did my friend say those words? Could there be a part I misunderstood? What can I do to restore our relationship? Through these questions, you may realize that you have been focusing only on your own complaints and resentments. You may have lacked effort to think from the other person's perspective or to understand their true feelings. From this point, you need to make efforts to consider the other person's position and attempt sincere conversations. Why did you say that back then? Is there anything I might have misunderstood? If there are any points where we felt hurt or upset with each other, let's talk about them honestly. I want to understand each other's feelings. What can we do together to restore our relationship? Through honest questions, you can reveal each other's true feelings and clear up misunderstandings. By understanding and empathizing with each other's perspectives, emotional grudges disappear and you can restore the relationship. If you hadn't attempted to communicate through questions, the relationship might not have been restored and would have drifted apart. You may want to constantly grow and develop, but at times you may feel like you are standing still. The longer you work in the same field, the more frustrated you may feel, thinking that there is no more development and you are stagnating. You may want to learn and challenge new things, but you may not know where to start, and fear of failure may prevent you from easily taking action. What you need at this time are questions that will suggest a new direction. You need to ask yourself questions. Am I settling for the present reality? What is my hidden potential? This question makes you reflect on whether you are settling for the present reality and makes you rethink your forgotten potential. You may have been staying only in familiar fields, but you may realize that you actually had great curiosity and a desire to learn in new fields. From this point, you need to actively question to challenge new fields and learn and grow. What methods are there to learn new fields? What resources can I utilize, such as online courses, study groups, mentoring, etc.? What can I gain through new challenges? What positive changes can it bring to my life? Through these questions, you can set up a learning plan for new fields and put it into practice. You can learn new skills through online courses and gain ideas by participating in study groups. The goals and passion found through questions help you to keep learning and growing without giving up. As a result, you can be recognized as an expert in new fields that you couldn't even imagine before, and move on to a wider world. If you hadn't awakened your potential through questions, you might have been trapped in a narrow frame and settled for a frustrating reality. Everyone fears failure. When starting a new challenge, you may hesitate and waver due to worries about failure. Especially when starting important tasks, the fear of failure can feel even greater. What if I fail? You may have various worries ahead, such as financial losses, disappointment from people around you, etc. However, instead of being overwhelmed by the fear of failure, you can overcome fear and make a stepping stone for growth through questions. You need to ask yourself questions. Is failure really a bad thing? What can I learn from failure? This question can shift your perspective from negative thoughts about failure to seeing failure as an opportunity for growth. You can realize that failure is not just a bad outcome, but a process where you can gain valuable experiences and lessons. From this point, you need to focus on learning and growing through failure, rather than fearing failure. If I fail, let's analyze what the problem was and find out what parts to improve. Based on the experiences gained through failure, what should I do next time to create better results? Through these questions, you can reduce the fear of failure and have a positive mindset that you can actually grow through failure. Even if you encounter difficulties and obstacles in reality, you can improve problems and modify directions based on the lessons learned through failure. Eventually, you can become stronger and grow through failure. Anxiety about the future is an emotion that anyone can feel. In an age of increasing uncertainty, it can feel even more daunting. When you can't grasp the direction of how to live in the future or what goals to pursue, anxiety about the future grows even more. However, instead of being trapped in a bleak future and being frustrated, you can design the future yourself and create hope through questions. You need to ask yourself questions. What kind of future do I truly want? What is my ultimate goal in life? This question can resolve anxiety about a vague future and be a starting point for imagining and designing a positive future. You can specifically envision the life you truly want, your life values and your ultimate goals. What will I be like in 10 years? What kind of work will I be doing? And what kind of life will I be living? Through these questions, you can clarify the direction of your life and set long-term goals. The future that felt daunting transforms into a hopeful time that you can design yourself through questions, and you can live in the present with a positive mindset instead of anxiety about the future. Are you ready to change your life with the power of questions? Questions have the powerful ability to create breakthroughs in stagnant daily life, overcome relationship difficulties, break away from growth, stagnation and awaken potential, make the fear of failure a stepping stone for growth, and design hope in an uncertain future. The power of questions is open to everyone. By honestly asking yourself questions and going through the process of finding the answers, you can positively change your life. Start asking questions that change your life right now. Through questions, you will be able to create a happier and more successful life. Believe in the power of questions and welcome the amazing changes in your life. I support your life growing like multiplication.